Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa McKelvey and today we're in the craft room with, I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I have a whole bunch of gummy bears to get me through. So why don't you join me? Okay, so if you remembered a few videos back, I told you I'd gone to my first ever craft store and I bought several hanks of yarn that I was so excited to use, and I really didn't know anything about how to use them or what to do, but I bought these, I mean, just beautiful. Let's see. They were ultra fine merino, 25 is 45%. 25% baby alpaca, 15% yak, 15% mulberry silk. Just really what I would call expensive, nice yarn. So I brought them home and then I was like, I don't even know how to start using these. And I had started one because I wanted to make a scarf with it, and I had put it over the visor of the truck on our way home and just started crocheting. Well, that ended up being a huge disaster. And so I have learned my lesson to now take my yarn and try to make it into a yarn cake. So here is one of the hang on, let me get that out. Okay, so here is one of the hanks of yarn that I took and made it into a yarn cake so that I can go. And as you can see, it's still a little, I had not perfected it. Not that I have now either. But today I do not want to show, this is not a how-to. This is not a tutorial. This is Teresa talking about how I do. So how I do it. I had a, first let me talk about yarn winders. So I had a yarn winder and it broke on me. I didn't know it broke. I was using it and everything looked right, everything sounded fine, and my yarn cakes just were coming out these big old balls of mess. They were not solidified together. They were not properly spun. And so I just was frustrated. That's how I do. When something's frustrating me, I just get frustrated. And so I was telling Jeff, look at these balls of yarn. They're not coming out. And of course, Jeff's pretty smart. He just goes and Googles. And so he Googles my my yarn winder. I'm going to sit down, take a little breath so I'll relax. He Googles it and finds out that the brand of the one that I had before was notorious for coming out of the, I don't know what you call it. What do you call it? There's a teeth, a guard down there that turns inside this, in this, and it was notorious for coming out. So I'm not going to mention the brand or anything like that. You're welcome to go back. I believe it was in all my first videos over here, because I don't want to get in trouble for telling it. But it was maybe the cheapest one I found on Amazon the first time. So anyway, I decided, okay, well, because we fixed it. We did exactly what they said, which was like, we watched a video of this girl. She shows you how to fix it, and then she tells you, this will void your warranty. But I think I only paid $14 for it the first time anyway. So I was like, well, I gotta fix it. So we took it through and fixed it, and I put my yarn back up, started doing another yarn cake, and it broke again. It came off the ridge again. And I thought, well, maybe I'm just too rough with it. But Jeff said no, he saw a lot of reviews, and it was normal for that one. So he said, go ahead and order you another one. And 2 days later, another one come in. But since then, I had learned that with these hanks, you can't just, put this on, feed it through, and start spinning and expect to get a yarn cake out of it. you're going to get a whole ball of mess, which is what I have with the other ones that I already opened before. So now I'm going to have to walk those through. So you need this thing that's called an umbrella. And so, as I'm telling you, I'm not telling you how to do anything. I'm telling you how Teresa does. So we went and so I ordered this on Amazon. It came in, you know, you just hook it to your table, real easy, screw it to your table. Then it's got this little thing, and then you tighten it up, and that keeps it from going down, and it keeps it to the right width. Try not to knock myself in the face with it. And then you take your hank of yarn, you put it around that, you feed it through here, and then you spin it into a ball of yarn. Now, I have tried this with Jeff helping me. Jeff's the husband, and it worked out fine. I have not done this by myself, and not real thrilled about doing it on video, to be honest with you, just because, you know, that's who I am. I don't like to, you know, do the wrong thing. But so I'm going to walk you through this. Just know that this is how I do, not necessarily how you're supposed to do it. So once you start twisting the hanks, they come open, you know, pretty easily. And this was my first, where my heart, when I let it go, I went, oh Lord, because this thing is huge. And it is big. And then the next thing you think is, oh my gosh, it's going to get so tangled up. But just relax with it. Just kind of let it flow open. And then you're going to see there's these little ties every so often. I think there's like 2 that they've had it tied together to keep it all together. So what I did was I kind of did it like this, and I let it just sort of relax. Let it just sort of, you know, relax. And then I had had Jeff hold this while I place this around. So this time what I'm going to do is go ahead and kind of get it where I think it'll hold the yarn enough. And then you just put it around it. You know, just gentle. And like I said, this isn't a, you know, you don't have to be scared of it like Teresa normally is. Now I'm going to let it, see I only have it halfway. So I'm going to let it back down a little bit. Because I need it, yeah, see how that? Now, some people might have laid it all on the inside. That might be a good idea too. Lay it on the inside and then just lay it on the outside as it goes. Maybe if I put it to the level I needed it at to begin with, but this is working. So now I'm going to lift it up more till it gets a little bit tighter. Okay. Now I feel pretty confident that my yarn is okay. It's not going to go in a big ball on the floor. And I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to go around to where, hang on, I've got my microphone wrapped all around. This is the craziest video I've ever thought about doing. So anyway, we'll see if this one sees the light of day. So now I'm going to cut these little cords, these little strings that are holding it all together. I'm going to cut them out. I think if anything, my videos should encourage newbies to try something, because you probably can't mess anything up like I can. And so you can watch me and feel pretty confident of what, you know, hey, if Teresa is willing to try something and she doesn't have a clue what she's doing, then you can, you know. Okay, so I don't know if it was a sign that I should have stopped before I was ahead of myself, but my battery died on my camera, so I had to switch out batteries. But here we are. We're back exactly where we were. Me talking about how I really don't know what I'm doing, so you should be brave and try things too, because worst thing that happens is you start over again. So that's how it is. So I have cut off the little ties. There was two to kind of hold it together, and maybe I should have done this with a different color, but this is the only hank I have in the house right now. So all right, the next thing you do is you're going to take, I'm going to ignore this end that's hanging because it just doesn't look right. This one, I could kind of see where it's going. So you take it, I'm thinking about what I want to say. So I do think it is easier to have a yarn winder and an umbrella. So you're going to take the yarn that you see, the end, you're going to take it over to your yarn winder and you're going to thread it through the tension and put it across the top there. You probably can't see that real well, but this is just an overview video, not an actual how-to. So I'm just trying to give you an idea of what this would be like. To take a hank of yarn and turn it into a cake of yarn using an umbrella and a yarn winder. All right, here we go. So once you've winded it through your yarn winder, then you're just gonna start turning. Voila! And we are done, and I am so excited to show you that I have a nice little cake of yarn that's ready to use. That is so much more easier to use than this, and so now I can start crocheting right along. Like I say, I have not perfected my cake making ability. But it is a lot of fun to do this. As you can see why I would do craft stuff. You just get a little umbrella and a yarn, what's called an umbrella, and you can buy these on Amazon, and you get you a yarn winder and you can make all kinds of little cakes. And now they're ready to be crocheted with. Put that in my project bag or my project bowl, and off I go making something. So this has been my little video today to show you how to turn a hank of yarn into a cake of yarn so you can crochet with it. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give me a like. Even if you didn't find it helpful but you found it entertaining, give me a like. If you thought my use of a jar of gummy bears was pretty unique, just to prop my arm open, was pretty eventful. Give me a like. I don't care. Give me a like if you want to. But definitely subscribe if you like this channel and what I'm doing, and it encourages me to make more videos, and I appreciate it. And leave me a comment below and let me know if you have ever tried to turn a hank of yarn into a cake of yarn, and how your first try went. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!